Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about setting 5 financial goals, how you can really go through and hit those goals. Make sure you're setting them right, make sure you're putting time frames around them. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first thing guys, what is a financial goal? So a financial goal is short-term and long-term, kind of planning what you're going to do with your money, what you're going to do with your funds. Really makes a big difference, guys. Should you pay off debt? Should you save for college? Are you saving for vacations? There is a point in time where people started essentially not saving money versus just borrowing money. Instead of saving, let's say, $5,000 to go on a vacation, they just put $5,000 on their credit card and then they spend a couple of years paying for the vacation that they took several years ago, which of course is super expensive way to do things versus just saving up the money. Also, when you look at bigger items, guys, when you look at retirement, when you look at houses, those are your really big ticket items that are going to affect your life, as well as kids' college or student loans that you currently have. So I'm going to, again, give you 5 financial steps for kind of planning on these. Number one, making the goal very specific. It is really very, very important to make the goal specific because it also allows you to set up milestones for your achievements, and it also can be you know exactly where the end of it is. So when you say, I want to be better with money, I want to pay off my debt, I want to, consolidate credit cards, pay off credit cards, whatever it is, guys, make sure that is very specific what you want to do within a certain amount of time, which of course is step number 2. Make your goal measurable. So a lot of people will say, hey, I want to pay off my house in, most people don't say 30 years. If you have a 30-year mortgage, they say they want to pay it off in 10, they want to pay it off in 15, but do they have a very specific plan to do that? When they can say, hey, I'm going to pay it off in 10 years, I'm putting X amount of dollars, which is going to equate to paying my mortgage off in 10 years. In 10 years, the mortgage will be done. Boom, very specific, very measurable when it comes to the goal planning. So maybe you have, 50,000, 20,000, even $10,000 in debt, whether it be student loans, whether it be just outside credit card debt. Exactly. I want to pay off X amount of dollars. Now, what does that mean though to really pay it off? So we've always talked about budgeting, making sure that you have a specific budget. How much money can you allocate to this goal? Because you want to make sure also that it is attainable, not only measurable, but attainable, guys. So when it comes to the goal and you're saying, hey, I'm going to pay off, $50,000 in debt this year, when you only make $45,000 a year, obviously that is not going to happen because that is over 100% of your income and even a big majority of your income. So again, making it realistic. Number 3, guys, really important one, give yourself a deadline. Now this is super important because it doesn't put it out into the universe that it is going to happen someday. A lot of things happen someday, even someday, the song from Zombies. Absolutely love it, but you have to make it reasonable. You have to give it a specific date, but you also have to make it challenging where it is going to take you outside of your comfort zone to accomplish that goal. So if you're looking, if you want to pay off $15,000 in a year, you have to pay $1,250. Is it a stretch? Is it possible? Is it feasible to pay that amount of money depending on your income, depending on a lot of different variables within a year to actually get that done? Now, number 4 we talk about is making sure they are your own goals. Now, again, this is very, very important, guys. They have a saying, keeping up with the Joneses, making sure, again, if they're driving, new cars, if you're going on extravagant vacations, how are you financing all of those things? What is the goal within the next 5 to 10 years, maybe even 15 years to hit your financial goals? What is the plan? It's very important, guys, to make sure that you kind of roadmap where you want to go, because the more that you can take accountability for your money, it is going to make a big difference in the long term, where when you break it down, let's say you do your budgeting and say, hey, I spend X amount of dollars on something that I really don't need. Could you cut it out of your budget? Would it be feasible to cut it out of your budget to allocate some of those funds elsewhere? For most people, absolutely, guys. There is a little bit of exorbitant expending, whether it's food that you could get cheaper, whether it is car insurance that you could shop around for, possibly get cheaper. But when you look at cell phones, when you look at internet, when you look at a lot of the items that are in your life, could you possibly get goods and services at another location or something that is cheaper to really help you achieve what you're looking to do with your financial goals? Then, of course, guys, number 5, in one of the very, very biggest, most important ones, write your goal down. Not in an app, not on your phone, on paper. Put it in a place where you see it on a regular basis. And you can also note on a weekly basis, monthly basis, what you're doing to achieve that goal. It is really, really beneficial because then as you start progressing to that goal, or if you start losing sight of that goal, it will remind you exactly what the goal was, how you were going to do it, and also it will remind you of the milestones and remind you of what you've already made, the progression that you've made to actually get that goal achieved. Again, makes a really, really big difference. I like seeing them, visualizing them, and you can think about it. Again, like I said, with your phone, things of that nature, a lot of people don't pay any attention to it. Same with budgeting, guys. When it comes to budgeting, put it down. You can put it in a spreadsheet, you can print it out, you can see it. Make sure that you have it down on paper. Makes a really big difference because, again, it almost adds a big commitment factor to it when you're taking the time and effort to budget. And with that being said, guys, a lot of people do not take the time and effort to budget, which is unfortunately something as a financial counselor that I hate seeing. Is when it comes to the budget, there is a majority of people that have no budget whatsoever, and they won't even take the time and effort to write down a budget, actually map out their goals, map out what their money is doing and how they're going to accomplish whatever they're looking to. They can spend time on their phone, they can spend time playing video games, spend time on Netflix, watching TV, social media, whatever it may be. But when it comes to the most important things in their life, they are neglecting it in its entirety. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.